end of 2024, I think the Kanye that we see is going to be very, very different. Bye, you are a mess.
I caught this guy with Kim, good night. And I mean, everyone was just like his feelings regarding Balenciaga. Kanye wanted to share how despite the backlash the brand has received the past week following 2 separate campaigns they did recently, he was going to support them no matter what.
Oh, really? Let me tell you guys what I did when I made that video. I first went through every single video on Balenciaga's YouTube channel. That was the first thing I did. I didn't research anything. I didn't research Balenciaga past, nothing like that. But let's talk about that. How is it and why is it that Balenciaga does have that video about how to repurpose those items 2 months ago, 3 months ago? Foreshadowing maybe? Coincidence maybe? Yeah, whatever you guys want to tell me.
I want to personally reiterate my sincere apologies. So it seems like Kanye is accepting the apologies that they're putting out. I mean, who knows if he even read them, honestly. I think he's just saying a lot of this stuff just
because it's the juice. And if you don't have the juice, you don't have it. So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That bit fire. Yeah, she kinda.
Welcome back to the channel. I have not completed the Cruel World Happy Mind. I haven't even seen the end of it, but I had to hop in here. Had to absolutely hop in here. Literally only 10 minutes long. If you're wondering why I have makeup on, I thought I had a meeting today. I don't. I literally thought I had like, you know, people need to see my face type of day. No. So now I have this makeup on and I'm mad because I'm breaking out and I shouldn't have makeup on, but here I am. Here I am. Anyways, let's hop in here. Kanye West is a mess. Obviously, you can watch it on your own time. This popped up and I was just about to watch the Balenciaga burning of the bags, which I'm very thoroughly excited to watch. However, I saw this come up and I was like, let me do my best to keep up with Kanye because at this point in time, I don't think I can keep up with this man. I literally just saw that he got banned from Twitter like a couple hours ago. Like I said, I can't keep up anymore. I'm exhausted.
Just when you think the Kanye West situation couldn't get any worse, it does indeed. Following Kim and Kanye's divorce being finalized, resulting in him paying over $200,000 in child support every month, and apparently that's only half. It includes school for the kids and their security expenses. And apparently Kim is paying $200,000 a month divided by 4. How much is that? Wow, $50,000 a month for each one of them kids. Okay, I'm not surprised, but I was just curious. Paying that other half, but that is a lot of money. But following this news, within a few days, Kanye caused a storm by going on Alex Jones' Infowars, where he made a number of harmful statements and left a... I have not seen this. I know somebody commented asking for me to watch. I haven't seen it. Literally, you guys, I am trying to keep up, and I'm just like, it's... At this point, I'm going to find out that he died, and then I'm going to be like, wait, what happened? Everyone's going to be like, how do you not know that? And I'm just going to be like, I'm doing my best. Like, at this point, I'm just, wow. The majority of those who have seen clips with their jaws wide open in utter shock and disbelief that he would honestly say the things that he did. Even Alex Jones. And the mask? It's giving very much Balenciaga, is it not? Jones was uncomfortably laughing and disagreeing with the statements he was making. The whole thing, from him even going on the show and supporting it to what he said, it was just so awful. Kanye has already lost billions of dollars in deals with business partners in the last few... Is he spiraling, you guys? Like, for the people who are trying their best to not be just directly hateful and just like, he's done, it's over, it's wrapped. Because that was my energy. Like, I was actually very, very angry when I found out about the employment situation and how he was treating employees. I don't know, like, why aren't you working on music? Do you know how fire it would be to have a breakup album that is just literally dedicated to you and Kim's relationship? And on top of that, maybe drop a song, but drop the album in around Valentine's Day or before Valentine's Day. Or, I don't know, you guys. I'm just thinking of ideas that this man could be focusing on just different things. Is he done with music? Is he done? Like, cause what are we really trying to do here? Okay, you guys, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, he's trying to show you guys how the media really works, and he's trying to show you guys this, that, and the third, and it's like, okay, we get it. But, you know, it's like being in
a classroom, you know, and the professor is not your professor. It's just like, why am I in class constantly with Kanye? Like, like no one is asking for these teachings. I'm just confused on like the rhetoric behind it, especially if you're trying to gain popularity or acceptance for your running in 2024. I just don't get how this is how you do it. But again, you guys tell me, because at this point I'm just tired. Like, I don't know how anyone else, like, can you imagine how tired Kim is? I couldn't even imagine how tired that woman is, y'all.
Months, and as much as one would hope that would make him think twice about future public statements, he's only spoken out to say that he just feels free now.
So I would like to thank everyone
Seems like it.
involved with this negotiation. Thank
Yo.
God no one was hurt in the process. And I feel...
I'm sorry, but it's the way TikTok will make any situation funny.
Thank God no one was hurt in the process. And I feel free.
TikTok! Ooh, and I feel free. If you guys don't know that trend, I'm sorry. Bye, you are a mess. Cannot handle whatever is going on in that brain of yours. I can't handle it. I'm just, you know...
Interview, Kanye decided,
And like, let's say he was medicated right now. I feel like the conversation would be a little different, because I feel like, one, you'd probably be getting, you know, a pretty decent amount of sleep. Does this man sleep? I feel like Kanye doesn't sleep, you guys. I really just don't. I feel like it's like, and even if he's sleeping, it's like, I'm gonna take a 2-minute nap and I'm gonna need you to watch the door while I'm sleeping real quick, all right? Like, just high paranoia, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like...
to head over to Twitter to speak more of his mind.
Okay.
Elon Musk reinstated
I've read about
Kanye's
this.
account as he wanted to give everyone freedom of speech, but he realized that wasn't such a good idea because this allowed Kanye the ability to post harmful images and tweet out more offensive remarks this week that ultimately led to his...
So pause. I think at least the video I saw, and it was a really small channel. I think the channel only had 1,000 subscribers, so I could be wrong, or they could be wrong. I don't know. But they said it was a swastika mixed with a what is it? The Star of David. I was like, excuse me?
His account being suspended. It's Art Basel this week, and Kanye was in Miami, and he posted that he was driving around South Florida, and he started to open up about his feelings regarding Balenciaga. Kanye wanted to share how, despite the backlash the brand has received the past week following 2 separate campaigns they did recently, he was going to support them no matter what.
Oh, really?
He tweeted out saying, "I stand by Balenciaga and denounce all witch hunts, and I cancel culture. Jesus is king. Ending trafficking doesn't start or end with a fashion campaign, for Christ's sake."
Okay, if you saw the last video I just posted, which is called Why Balenciaga Isn't Balenciaga, then you know why I'm speechless right now. If you haven't seen that, then you have no idea why I'm looking at this tweet in disbelief right now. Did I just predict something before it happened? Did I because the reason I put what I put in that video, and mind you guys, there's no commentary in that video. It's just clips of the Balenciaga YouTube channel and other commentaries channels talking about it. Like, that's really it. Like, other than that, it's very much Balenciaga. Anyways, I put 2 and 2 together, and I put that in there because I felt that it was interesting that Kanye was talking against Balenciaga. However, his merch is designed by the creative director of Balenciaga. So immediately I was just like, what in the confusion are y'all trying to subliminally message? What is going on? You know what I mean? So for me to see this tweet, I'm like, and then the campaigning beginning. Again, if you guys saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. But the reason I made that video is because I wanted to say so much, but I couldn't say it, right? So it's one of those videos where you're seeing what's being said without it being said. So if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go watch it and see what you see. Maybe it'll align.
He also said, "God loves Balenciaga. Love is the answer. Jesus is the answer. Praying for all the innocent artists and evil humans who make clothing that had nothing to do with the ads. People's grandmothers worked there, for Christ's sake. So Kanye was out here on Twitter saying, I don't care what's going on, I don't care about the ads, I'm still staying by Balenciaga. Even though we're no longer working with him anymore, he's still claiming that he loves Balenciaga and the brand, and that they don't deserve to be canceled for what happened. The brand did recently put out another statement saying they were dropping their $25 million lawsuit.
Really?
They had filed against the company who worked on the photo shoots for both of the campaigns that got them in trouble. And they now seem to be taking more responsibility for what happened. They posted a statement on Instagram saying, Balenciaga takes the following actions with the objective to learn from our mistakes as an organization. New control instances. Our current process for content.
They got those brand strategists. Like, we need to hire a brand strategist immediately under the table. We don't give a damn. We need to find something. They done found somebody.
Validation has failed, and we recognize the need to do better. On the internal side, we nominate with immediate effect an image board responsible for evaluating.
This is reminding me of my PR classes in college. And this is exactly what we would do. We would read apology. I mean, it really just depends. Whatever scandal it would be with like big companies, nonprofit companies. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like a profit company. It could be just anything, right? And we would read these and like strip them apart and, you know, pinpoint, you know, like why does this, you know, target an emotion within that audience and why does this not? And it is taking me back to that class. And anybody who hasn't been in those classes, the way you see the world so much differently after you get out of them. Wow.
The nature of our content from concept to final assets, including legal, sustainability, and diversity expertise. On the external side, we have appointed a best-in-class agency to assess and evaluate our content. Organization. We have reorganized our image department to ensure full alignment with our corporate guidelines. Lawsuit. Balenciaga has decided not to pursue litigation. Learn and contribute. We want to learn, help, and contribute to protect children. We are starting training on responsible communication across our teams. Together with my...
Is this not giving Wayfair part 2? Remember Wayfair? Y'all, I have a table just in the Wayfair cart. I'm just waiting to buy it. And it's just like, I ain't bought nothing from there since the whole scandal, you know? But it's like, I want to buy this table. Anyways.
We will go on listening tour to engage with
a listening tour
groups who aim to protect children. Donation. We have set aside a significant fund for grants to organizations so that we can help make a difference in protecting children.
Okay. Yeah, they got a good brand strategist. That part right there is exactly why I didn't come for Trisha in the last video when she said she wasn't going to burn her Balenciaga items. Obviously, I did state that in the past, yes, I feel like she would do that. But the reason being is, if you guys don't know, there is a video on the Balenciaga YouTube channel that you can go and look, and it will tell you how to repurpose your Balenciaga items, whether you don't want them anymore, whether, you know, they're getting old. And this was uploaded 2 months ago. So somebody knew what was about to go down, clearly. So the reason I said that is because on their YouTube channel, it literally says how to repurpose these items. Now, reason being is because you can resell those items to Balenciaga, at least I believe, at least that's what it said in the video, and then get money from that. And then in turn be able to donate that money to said fund that is obviously, you know, more curated to whatever cause that you care about, right? So that's what I meant by it doesn't really make sense to burn them when you could do it in a different way, which actually benefits other people opposed to just the outrage, if you will. However, I didn't really elaborate that in the Trisha video, so I don't really, you know, so I don't fault you for unsubscribing. Please unsubscribe if you feel the need to. I do not control that, and I never want to be the one to try to control that. But yeah, that's why I didn't really come for her in that aspect, because anybody that knows art and anybody that knows fashion knows that at some point this is going to appreciate. And then, of course, at some point, you know that you're going to be able to sell it. And then that's up to you what you want to do with that money. So I think that is really the direction that I think a lot of influencers should go into. Maybe repurposing it, reselling it, getting the money from what you get from that pair of shoes or bag or whatever, and then donate it to said nonprofit or however you want to distribute that money. I think that is more beneficial than the outrage of just burning things. Now, regardless, I don't really have a say in this because I don't own anything Balenciaga. So if I did, I would probably be able to really, you know, kind of show you guys like, no, this is how I feel about it, because I would have like money attached to it personally, but I don't. So I can only really give you my opinion. But yeah, so I saw the comment and I was just like, I had to heart it, because I was like, hey, unsubscribe if you feel the need, honestly, because some people really aren't going to get that. They're just going to be like, look, at the end of the day, forget this brand, who cares? They're not going to really see the other aspect of maybe like money being pulled in, or, you know, an art piece or anything like that, where unfortunately or fortunately, depending on who you are, I see it that way. So I totally get it. But let's talk about that. How is it and why is it that Balenciaga does have that video about how to repurpose those items 2 months ago, 3 months ago? Foreshadowing maybe? Coincidence maybe? Yeah, whatever you guys want to tell me.
I want to personally reiterate my sincere apologies for the offense caused and take my responsibility. At Balenciaga, we stand together for children's safety.
President and CEO?
Any kind of violence and hatred message. And that was from the president and CEO of Balenciaga.
Okay.
The brand also shared a statement by one of their creative designers, Demna. They reposted it on their Instagram story. He posted it on his Instagram, and it said, personal message. I want to personally apologize for the wrong artistic choice of concept for the gifting campaign with the kids, and I take my responsibility. It was inappropriate.
This is what's crazy. That again is why I made the video I made, is let me not say you guys. People are focusing on the campaign, which completely understand the campaign, but there's so much more. Okay, I get the campaign was, you know, what really called you guys out, but there is so much more. I'm sorry. And let me tell you guys what I did. Actually, that's actually a really good point. Let me tell you guys what I did when I made that video. I first went through every single video on Balenciaga's YouTube channel. That was the first thing I did. I didn't research anything. I didn't research Balenciaga past, nothing like that. I just wanted to honestly know what their YouTube channel was like, how they advertise, what they, you know, curate, post, uplift, right? So I went through every single video on that YouTube channel. So for me, if you haven't done that yet, don't talk to me. That's how I feel. Don't talk to me until you've done that, because that had me like, whoa. And that is why I made the video I made, because I was just like, this is not even Balenciaga, is what I realized. Meaning it is, but it's not the original origins of the company. Absolutely not. I mean, maybe in some ways, but not overall.
To have kids promote objects that had nothing to do with them. As much as I would sometimes like to provoke a thought through my work, I would never have an intention to do that with such an awful subject as child that I condemn, period. I need to learn from this, listen, and engage with children protection organizations to know how I can contribute and help on...
I hear you, Denma, but where does it make sense to use babies in a fashion show? Why couldn't y'all use like a stuffed animal? Like, why did it have to be an actual baby? And I don't know if it was an actual baby, but what I mean is the baby toys. Like, what do you even call those babies? The newborn baby. You know those babies that are like, they're like $1,000, $600. They look like newborn babies, but they're not newborn babies. I'm assuming that's what they used in the fashion show. I don't know. I'm assuming. If they used actual babies, oh my God, that's scary. But that right there alone is something that is a little bit of a red flag. However, the only reason I'm not going in is because when you look into the creative directors and kind of how things have gone down in their power, a lot of them didn't even have that much power. And it was a little weird for me to not be able to find out why they didn't have that power. Meaning creative directors wanting to do certain things but not being able to do certain things. Who was saying why, yes, no, in that situation? Like that's what's kind of weird to me. But again, if you don't know, then you don't know. But I feel like whatever happened with, is his name Christian? I can't remember, but he now is the creative director of Louis Vuitton. But there was a show that he wanted to change things up, and he wasn't allowed to change things up. And the second I heard that, I just thought in my head, like, wait, what do you mean you're not allowed to? Like, what do you mean as a creative director of a brand that you weren't allowed to? That is something I still don't have the answer to. So, like I said, why Balenciaga isn't Balenciaga, at least in my mind.
This terrible subject. I apologize to anyone offended by the visuals, and Balenciaga has guaranteed that adequate measures will be taken not only to avoid similar mistakes in the future, but also to take accountability in protecting child welfare in every way we can. Sincerely, Demna. Kanye continued on his defense of Balenciaga on Twitter, saying, "Never turn our backs. Demna and the Balenciaga family for life. Cancel culture. Jesus, please heal." So it seems like Kanye is accepting the apologies that they're putting out. I mean, who knows if he even read them, honestly. I think he's just saying a lot of this stuff just to say it. But a lot of other people are not taking Balenciaga's apology. They're still completely disgusted by the brand. They don't want any part of it, don't want anybody to support the brands going forward. And that's pretty much the majority of people's opinion online right now. Now, Kanye went on to share deeply offensive images on Twitter that night, and one of them ended up getting removed for inciting violence. And he seemed to have texted Elon Musk about it because he was upset that his post was removed.
Not him, he texted Elon Musk. Can you imagine? Elon, like,
probably going to be suspended again due to the stuff that he was tweeting.
I want my old
so
Twitter back.
To go out with a few messages.
Elon,
he started by tweeting out, "Let's break one last window before we get out of here. I caught this guy with Kim. Good night." And I mean, everyone was just like, "What are you talking about? Why are you bringing Kim into this? Why are you saying these crazy things right now?
Who is that man?
What is going on? Why are you airing this out? Even if
who is that man and why was it in a yearbook? Stop.
This is true. If it's fake, what is happening?" He also said, "Let's always remember this as my final tweet." And it's this photo of Elon Musk. Obviously, he's very upset because Elon is running Twitter right now and his account is about to be suspended. So, of course, he's going to be hitting on Elon for that, even though he was...
Does Elon like Kanye?
Offensive messages that you cannot
I actually
be
don't
putting
know.
out. So his account did end up getting suspended and he hasn't been able to tweet anything since. And as a result of all that has been said by Kanye, not just right now, but in the past year, people have been curious about what those who used to associate with Kanye have to say in regards to his behavior and what the heck they're experiencing
like Kid Cudi
being with them.
I wonder what Kid
Julia
Cudi thinking.
Fox is really big on TikTok right now.
This girl.
She's constantly going on rants on there, just talking about a lot of stuff. And sometimes in her comment section, she's been getting backlash for her previous relationship with Kanye West. People are just like, how could you have ever been with him? Like, why did you do that? What was going on with you? What was wrong with you? All of that stuff. So recently, she actually wanted to clear up why she was ever with Kanye, what he was like around her, and she wanted to just explain herself.
The man was being normal around me. And not only that, but the Kardashians, when I had a fashion line 10 years ago, they actually bought our clothes and sold them in their stores. And so I've always had a love for Kim, especially. By the time me and him got together, it was like,
dang,
he hadn't been doing anything, out there yet. But I remember just being like, he was texting me, I wasn't really answering, but he kept going and going, and he was like, "You have bad text etiquette." And then I was like, "Oh my God, Kanye's yelling at me." But then I had this thought, and I was like, "Oh my God, maybe I can get him off Kim's case. Maybe I can distract him, just get him to like me." And I will say that month that we spent together, he wasn't on Twitter, first of all. He wasn't on any forms of social media. Didn't even talk about his relationship. We only really talked about clothes and weird ideas and plans for the future and our hopes and dreams for childhood and education. And it was really beautiful, guys. The moment he started tweeting, I was out. And that's the thing. It's the media reported on our relationship ending a week after it happened or something. So during that week, I think you guys all thought we were together, but we weren't. I'd already been dude, I'm not going to stick around for this. And also, I realized pretty quickly that he wasn't going to take my help. I was like, I want to help him. I sounded almost as dumb as you guys, saying that I should have done something to stop him from saying, what?
You can't help anyone if they don't want to be
helped. I thought I could help him anyway. It didn't work. And now we're here.
I think it's definitely
Literally
crazy
me.
how these social media rants he's been going on have just become something that's happened on the regular, and it's unfortunate that it's been that way, honestly. It's unclear what he will be doing moving forward, as a lot of people are not wanting to associate with him in the slightest.
Them children is just... Chicago's so cute.
What's been going on recently? I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye. Because the way that has to be unbelievably shook. I will see y'all in the next one. Because by the end of 2024, I think the Kanye that we see is going to be very, very different. If not scary, if not gone. And you know what I mean by gone. I will see y'all in the next one. Because again, I'm fully shook.
Well,
spend a lot. 12 for a SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. Hit a lick with the box.